once again is on. You know what time it is. It's time to play some toss. Welcome everyone to episode 125. That's right, 125 of Toss, Tristain Sports Show. Yes, it is your main man, T-Squared Tristan Thomas. Thank you so much for joining us. This week, the Bucks, they're scorching. And it's not even their final form. The Packers, yeah, we got to talk about them. I got some thoughts. The Brewers are back at it again. Not only are they in spring training, they're still keeping up with the status damn quo when it comes to great players. And then the Toss Sweep, we go back into the state of Wisconsin to talk about probably the hottest team in the state as far as college basketball goes. But you all know how we get things started. Here on Toss, we get things started with the state of the state. And let's get to those scorching, as I teased a little bit earlier, those scorching Milwaukee Bucks. Currently coming into tonight's action against Orlando, second leg of a back-to-back. They are 44-17, half game up on Boston. Yes, they finally ran them down. Half game up on Boston for the best record, not just in the Eastern Conference, not just the number one seed in the Eastern Conference, but the best record in the entire association. If anything, you really have to think about this. This is how good Boston has been from the jump, that it has taken a 15-game winning streak and Boston just losing one more game than Milwaukee has in order for them to finally, talk about the Bucks, in order for the Bucks to finally run the Celtics down for that number one spot. Now, let me make it very clear. The Bucks don't care if the number 1, 2, or 3. They want to have home court through those first few rounds. And I'm pretty sure they will love to have home court when it matters most in the Eastern Conference Finals and in the potential NBA Finals matchup. But they do not care about the number one seed. They've proven that. When they won the championship, they were a 3 seed. Last season, they opted to rest players and ended up missing out on the 1 seed. It's about playing your best basketball. It's about being healthy. And we know when this team is healthy, they are head and shoulders above the league. Again, 44-17 coming in tonight's action against Orlando. Again, the second leg of a back-to-back after a dominating win in Brooklyn just last night as we record this program on a Wednesday. 15-game winning streak. Their longest since their 18-game winning streak a few seasons ago. That was before COVID shut down the league. People forget the Bucks were probably on their way to winning a title that season. 52-8 through 60 games. I mean, it was just incredible. They had an 18-game win streak. They're at 15 right now. I feel fairly confident they'll beat Orlando to increase that to 16, but that's why they play the games. Don't want to count that as a win until you went out there and you earned it. The Bucks are a little bit different since the last time we spoke. Jordan Moore no longer on the team. George Hill no longer on the team. A bevy of second-round draft picks no longer on the team because they were all traded for Jay Crowder, former Marquette star, back in Milwaukee. This is a move that's going to pay dividends much like the P.J. Tucker trade did in the championship season. This move was made with the playoffs in mind. You're talking about the team that is rated tops in defensive efficiency. Only getting better with a guy like Jay Crowder. Obviously, you get some three-point shooting with that as well. So you've added more defense. You've added more shooting. You've gotten a little bit older. I believe they are the oldest team in the league. But it's about winning a championship. It's about winning now. It's about striking while the iron is hot. It's about taking advantage of that championship window being open with a prime Giannis, with a prime Drew Holiday, with a prime Chris Middleton. With that sort of core, you want to take as many shots as you possibly can at going for it and winning a championship, because that's what it's about. It's about winning championships. We have a generational talent like Giannis. We have 2 all-star level players in Drew and Chris. Hell, you could throw Brook in there as well. He might end up being Defensive Player of the Year. When you have a nucleus like this, when you've built the team around your generational talent, as you have, and you continue to add pieces here and there, and trust me, the Bucks aren't done. Just today, they waived Sandro Mamukelashvili, Mamu for short. Going to miss watching him in Oshkosh with the Herd. You could tell he has a lot of talent, a lot of raw talent. But there was no way he was going to break that rotation on the Bucks for a couple of reasons. They have the pieces they need and they want, and Bud doesn't play his young players. Now, he's going to have to change that philosophy at some point. You're going to have to develop talent at some point. You can't keep signing every veteran out there. But you hope that he lands elsewhere. Again, he has all the talent in the world. Needs to put it together, and I think he'll get that opportunity elsewhere. But the Bucks aren't done. They're going to be players in the buyout market. This is a move that was made because of that. This is also a move made to hopefully help him land somewhere, get some real playing time, get some real opportunity. But the Bucks are not done tinkering. We mentioned Chris Middleton being a part of that nucleus where you just need to go for it to try to win as many championships as you possibly can, with this window being wide open, with a generational talent like Giannis, building the team around him. Chris Middleton still not starting, obviously dealing with the wrist injury, dealing with the knee injury. As a matter of fact, he's out against Orlando. Again, the second leg of a back-to-back, so you want to be careful with these guys. You know how important he is to what you want to do and where you want to go. Still not starting. Still coming off the bench in limited spurts. But he's still producing as if he were starting. And that's exactly what you want. If you can get that type of proficiency, that type of production out of Chris Middleton, while not playing him a whole lot of minutes, still bringing him along and getting him as close to 100% as possible, this is shaping up exactly to what you want. This is nothing but good. There's people out there who want, we need more Chris Middleton. He needs to be starting. No, you don't. He doesn't need to be starting. You're on a 15-game winning streak. You're winning ball games this way with him not playing a whole lot of minutes. This is going to pay dividends for him down the road. Yes, he missed a lot of time, but now he's back. He's on the court. He's engaged. He's in basketball shape. Because remember, there's a difference between in shape and basketball shape. So all that time he's missed, now he's back. You're winning ball games. You're getting better. He doesn't have the wear and tear on his body at this point in the season as he normally would if he'd been starting every single game. This is shaping up to nothing but good news for the Bucks. Drew continues to play fantastic basketball. Brook Lopez continues to play fantastic basketball. Javon Carter, who I had been shouting from the rooftops ever since they acquired him last season, that he should have been playing over George Hill. There's no reason that George Hill needs to be in there. Javon Carter can do the job. He's shown you that he can do the job. And now he's getting that opportunity. You don't have to play Grayson Allen extended minutes, which was a problem in the playoffs last season after you lost Middleton. You could keep him in a smaller role. Bobby Portis back from injury, back to doing what he does, dominating as the sixth man. This team is starting to look real familiar. If you follow me on social media, especially Twitter, at D20Double, you've seen me tweet that. And now you're hearing me say it. This team is starting to look real familiar. And they're starting to play their basketball, the best basketball, at the right time. And the thing is, it's not their final form. It's not their final form. They can still get better. Exciting for folks like me. Very concerning for everybody else in the league. Milwaukee Bucks, best record in the NBA currently. May very well pick up another win after the Orlando game. Team's starting to look real familiar. It's very exciting. Let's continue here on State of State on Toss. Let's make a quick stop with the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers emerged from his darkness retreat. Now, a lot of people have been bagging on him for this. But I have not, because honestly, I find it very intriguing. You could go and read about and see the type of room that he was in, I believe for 4 days. Meditation mat on the floor, had a bathroom, had a bed. Devoid of light, partially underground. All in the effort to really just be with your thoughts. Very intriguing to me. But he is doing this as a part of his process to see where he is in life, and those are his words. If you're looking for any sort of decision, you're jumping the gun. Anybody that's reporting that a decision has been made, which I have seen multiple outlets saying that all the Packers are disgusted with them and with Aaron Rodgers and ready to move on, and the decision's already been made by the Packers. Whether Aaron wants to come in and says he's going to play or not, they've already made the decision. It's a lie. Don't pay attention to the blowhards out there that are trying to clickbait you into looking at their content, because it's all lies. The Packers have no feeling about it one way or the other. If Rodgers wants to come back and he's committed to playing with them, they will absolutely have him back. If he so chooses to retire, as much as they would not want that, they would respect that, and they have a plan in place if that happens. And if they decide that, okay, there's no way that we can mend fences and make this partnership work any longer, we're going to trade you if you're really ready to play still, and we can't mend fences, we'll trade you. They are preparing for every single scenario. That's just what I've been told. If anybody else is saying anything else, they're lying to you. So don't fall for the clickbait. Don't fall for the trap. Don't go following yourself down a rabbit hole because you may feel a certain type of way about Aaron Rodgers. You can feel whatever type of way you want to feel about him off the field. You could not like his thought process. You could not like his opinions. You could not like his darkness retreats. You could not like his yoga. You could not like this, that, and the third. But on the field, there is no denying that he is still one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And when he is committed, there's not very many people better at this than him. My personal feelings, if he wants to retire, I respect it. If he wants to play and he's committed to playing the type of football needed and to go where they feel they can go, I'm all for it. If the Packers and he want to split up and a trade happens, I'm okay with it. I've made my peace with it. Because I am with the Packers first. This thing has gotten, and I've said it before right here on this program, this thing has gotten to real Favrean levels of division. And once again, you're going to see who's with the Packers and who's with the player. You're already seeing it. Again, my own personal feeling, would I love to see him back with the Green Bay Packers? Absolutely. If he's committed to playing the type of football needed to be played in order to get where they believe they can go. If he wants to retire, I respect it. He's put in a long time in this league. He's done a lot of things. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, period. I'm okay if he wants to walk away. If they both feel they can't work together anymore, I'm okay with the trade. A decision is coming. Rodgers has said it himself. A decision is coming soon. He says, I don't want to drag it out. Well, newsflash, it's already been dragging out. Season ended in January. It's already March. But you respect the process. And I think that would be my message to everybody. Respect the process, because I feel the process was not respected, and there really was no process when the Packers were asking Favre, hey, you're going to come back? You're going to retire? We really need an answer. And I feel he rushed to retirement based off of the emotion from the NFC Championship game. He threw the pick in overtime that put the Giants in field goal position. They kick the field goal. They go on to the Super Bowl. They defeat the undefeated Patriots. They let that opportunity get away. But the emotion wrapped up in that. It was too soon. They kept badgering him for a decision and going back and forth, and he rushed. And then you saw the mess that came as a result. Oh, well, you know what? I changed my mind. I want my starting spot back. Well, we've already moved on to Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, well, you can make him sit. I want to come back. It was a mess. Now, I'm not saying the situation is going to be a mess, but I'm just basically saying it's at Favrean levels of division. You see the people who are with the Packers. You see the people who are with the player. So no decision has been made on that front, which I expected. I knew it was not going to be a decision made anytime soon, regardless of him not saying that he didn't want to drag it on or drag it out. It's pretty much what I expected. Now, on the business side, we got some restructuring going on. We got some moving of some money going on because it's sorely needed, because the Packers have very limited cap space. Everyone thought that Aaron Jones was going to be gone. It was a foregone conclusion from the minute he signed the contract he did. They said, hey, that second year, that's after that he's definitely done. The way the contract was written and the way it's shaping up, he's gone. Nope. Packers restructured his contract. He's staying. And why shouldn't he? He's had limited usage. He doesn't quite have the pounding on the body for his age at running back that maybe other running backs may have. He's been underutilized, but yet he's a factor back. He's dynamic. I said on our Toss on Facebook page, that's facebook.com/TONSportsShow, that's TON Sports Show, he's been as dynamic as Christian McCaffrey. And I had people laugh at that, but go back and look at the numbers. Tell me when I'm telling lies. He's been every bit as dynamic as Christian McCaffrey. You need a guy like that. You saddle him up with Dylan. You got a hell of a 1-2 punch there. Glad to see him back. I'm glad to see him staying. Not just because he's a good person. You always root for the good people. But because he's a hell of a player. So you're getting a hell of a person and a hell of a player. You're keeping them on the team. You also move some more money on the defensive side. Kenny Clark, most of his salary from the upcoming season was converted into a signing bonus. So you're seeing some money being moved around by the Green Bay Packers in order to get them to do what they need to do. Not sure if there's going to be any real big free agent splashes coming this offseason. New league year starts March 15th. I just see them moving money around to be able to do what they need to do. You got a draft coming up. You got some guys that you need to make some decisions on as far as re-signing. But it's good to see them, being the Packers front office, continue to operate and with business as usual. Let Rodgers go through his process. You get to it when you get to it. When that decision is made, hey, we've prepared for whatever avenue we shall take, and we're going to execute our plan. So it's still a wait-and-see approach with the Packers as far as Aaron Rodgers' decision goes. We'll know soon enough. Let's keep it moving here on Toss, State of the State. And let's talk about the Milwaukee Brewers. Yes, they are in spring training. They have played spring training games. And, of course, the usual suspects are mashing the ball out the park. But, I'm just waiting for the regular season to start, and that power disappears for a good 2-3 weeks at a time, and then it reappears for about a week and disappears for another 2 weeks. Nothing's truly been done to really rectify this putrid offense. And you really took a step back as far as with your pitching. What do I mean? I said in the teaser that, they're up to their same BS. Arbitration. Corbin Burns. You know where I'm going with this. Yeah, it happened a couple of weeks ago. But y'all didn't hear from me. Brewers basically jerked Corbin Burns over $700,000. Basically, Burns and his agent asking for 10-7 in arbitration. Brewers petty enough to offer about 10. You have a guy who was arguably the best pitcher in the game, if not one of the best pitchers in the game, asking you for 10-7. He's won a Cy Young. He continues to be one of the best pitchers in the game. Hey, arbitration. I want 10-7. I feel I've earned it. I got a Cy Young award on my mantle that says I've earned it. I back that year up with another good year. I want 10-7. Well, I don't know if we could do that. We could do 10. And we're going to stand on it. There's a certain way that you need to treat certain players, superstar players, players with skill that translates into success on the court, on the field, whatever sport you play. Like it or not, you have to treat them a different way. Because like it or not, they are a key to how well you do monetarily wise. People are going to come out and they're going to want to watch that player. They're going to see what that player does. They're going to see the excellence that player displays. They're going to buy the tickets. They're going to buy the merchandise. They're going to buy the food. They're going to buy the drinks because they want to be there to see. It's how you make your business thrive. You don't make your business thrive by pissing that particular player off to where they don't want to come back. The first minute of free agency, they're already bolting. This is now the path that we are on with Corbin Burnes. Would I be surprised if he gets traded for all sorts of prospects and all this stuff? I would not be, because that's the painted corner the Brewers are in, and they painted themselves into that corner. You have to treat your superstars a certain way, and Burnes is a superstar. Any shot they had of re-signing him in free agency was gone with that arbitration. You don't believe me? Go and watch Corbin Burnes' interview when pitchers and catchers had a report. You can hear it in his voice, you can see it in his demeanor, and you can see it in the words that he said. If he makes it to free agency, he is not coming back to Milwaukee. I would be shocked if he did. And I say if he makes it to free agency because I wouldn't be surprised if the Brewers saw the writing on the wall, which they wrote there themselves, and they traded him. Hell, they traded away Josh Hader last season. Now they came back and admitted it was a wrong move. Duh. We all knew that. But I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like that again. But this is what frustrates people about the Brewers. You're unable to attract high-quality free agents. You don't want to spend to get high-quality free agents. You don't want to spend to keep the players that have grown up within your system and have now come to the big league level and have flourished. Typical Brewers. You hope deep down that fences can be mended, but you can't treat some of the best players of their positions of the game like that. Brewers are going to have to learn the hard way. That's the state of the state. The Bucks currently on a 15-game win streak. That will probably go up to 16 after the Orlando game. Again, I don't want to count wins before they happen, but you got to believe that the Bucks will come out with a win at home against Orlando. Starting to look real familiar. The Packers, no, Rodgers does not have any answers after his darkness retreat. A decision is coming soon. In the meantime, Aaron Jones is staying. Moving money around for Kenny Clark. Business as usual for the Packers front office, getting ready for any scenario. And the Brewers pissed off Corbin Burnes. Pissed off a lot of Brewers fans as well. But it's typical. It's time for us to run the toss sweep. The XFL is getting ready to head to their third week of their third iteration. But I talk about week 2, as well as a little bit of week 1. What have I seen the first 2 weeks? You can go ahead and take a look at that article, that blog piece on tossnationmedia.com. Again, that's tossnationmedia.com. We're going to stay in the state of Wisconsin for the toss sweep, because we got to talk about probably the hottest team in maybe all of college basketball. A team that was picked to finish 9th in their league. And no, we ain't talking about the Wisconsin Badgers who, let's be real, after that Michigan loss in overtime, they probably won't make the tournament unless they make some noise in the Big Ten tournament. I mean, really, at this point, they probably will have to win the whole damn thing, but they're definitely going to have to get some wins in that tournament to even entice the committee to let them in to that field. But we ain't talking about the Badgers. No. We're talking about those Golden Eagles. Those Golden Eagles of Marquette University. Currently, 24-6. Your outright Big East regular season champions. Let me repeat that. Number 6 in the country. 24-6. Your outright Big East regular season champions. Marquette Golden Eagles. Not bad for a team that was supposed to finish 9th overall in their league. Now, have you been following the head coach, Shaka Smart? He is a home state kid, back in his home state of Wisconsin. If you follow his coaching journey, talk about from VCU, got that program off the ground, wreaking havoc, going to Texas. Yeah, he didn't quite enjoy the same level of success at VCU as he did in Texas, but he still did a pretty good job now at Marquette. And you just knew that he was going to get this team to take a step forward. Now, I did not believe they would finish 9th, but I damn sure didn't have them finishing first and being the regular season champions of the Big East. I did not see that coming. But the way he has these guys playing defense, again, wreaking havoc, the way they're able to shoot the ball, the way they're able to get inside at will, the way Kolek is able to just dime everybody up, shoot the ball, Prosper getting inside, Igobal getting inside. This is a really, really good team, and I feel that they are built to win in March just because they can defend. And not only can they shoot, but they can also get inside. So when the three ball is not falling, when the outside shot is not falling, they're able to get to the cup with great regularity. And again, their ability to play defense, score off of their defense, this is a team that's built for March. I think they can wreak some havoc in March. They can win some games in that tournament. But man, I'm so proud. I'm so proud of the turnaround. I don't think anyone saw it being this quick. But Shaka Smart has been stellar. He's been pressing all the right buttons. The guys have bought in completely, and they're reaping the results of that. You love to see it. And finishing up here on the Toss Sweep, we're going to do something that I don't really do very often. Talk about me. I recently had a born day, a birthday, another year of excellence, another revolution around the sun, and I'm just so appreciative of it. Everyone who left me well wishes, dropping a DM, dropping a text, I got a few phone calls that day, a lot of social media messages, and a lot of love was sent my way, and it's reciprocated in return. Don't know how much that means to me. I'm just so appreciative of life and appreciative of the opportunities that I've had, and blessed to be able to do this, this show, and to write about sports, and kind of break through all the hot take BS out there. I'm appreciative of your support. Again, I'm not here without all of you. You all make life worth living. And hopefully I can, in some small way, give back So the time that you spend with me, hopefully it's good time. It's time to do what you got to do, and hopefully it's enjoyable, and hopefully you can reflect. But just know that I'm appreciative of everything. I'm appreciative of all you listening and reading, and watching the content that we put out there. I'm just appreciative of life, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's that's why birthdays mean a lot to me. Just coming from where I'm from, I'm not supposed to be where I'm at. And the thing is, I'm not even where I want to go yet. But every day I'm able to wake up is a blessing, and it means that my job ain't finished. So got a lot of work to do, but blessed to have the opportunity to do it. So just wanted to share that with all of you. Just want to thank all of you for all the well wishes. I just want to thank all of you for your time, spending this valuable time together each and every single week here on Toss and on Toss Nation Media and all of our various social medias. It's definitely appreciated. Well, y'all, that'll do it for me. This was episode 125 of Toss Tristain Sports Show. You know where to find me on social media, at the20double on Instagram and on Twitter. That's at the number 2, the number 0, and the word double. Facebook.com/T on Sports Show. It's your home for the Toss Facebook page. We touch on a lot of things there that we don't necessarily get a chance to hear on this show. That's Facebook.com/T on Sports Show. That's TON Sports Show. And of course, TossNationMedia.com, your home for the Toss brand of sports. Truthful, opinionated, passionate sports. That's what you deserve. But as I said before, it's time for me to get on up out of here. It's T Square, Tristan Thomas, reminding all of you to keep it moving forward. Always forward. Forward always. Until next week. So long from Toss.